So isn't this great? Look at this. You can just film yourself like that.
Oh, cool. That is cool.
Yeah. Film everybody behind you. They have no idea that that's happening.
Would be Gamla. Okay, Gamla was a pure and fought again, and eventually they jumped to their death, many of them. That was the zealot mentality. So, taken a man kosher for you, everyone was comfortable with it, and that was the background of the villages and the towns in this area of the lake between Magdala and the area of Gamla. Okay, and of course when Jesus moves from Nazareth, which is in the tribe of Zebulun, and moves to Capernaum, which is over here. We'll go along there a little bit in this Jewish end of the lake. According to prophecy, it's in the tribe of Naphtali. He understands that he comes to his own people. Right? That's what's important here. This is the Jewish end of the lake. This is where he's comfortable. This is where his disciples mostly are going to come from. Okay, so kind of picture what it was like at this end of the lake. Back in those times. Now all the way down the area of the Golan step, and so I'll show you this little picture of what we're looking at now, because they filled in some gravel, okay, so you can see this, so you understand it. And you're looking at those little steps over there behind the railing, and of course they filled in the gravel, which you can still see heart-shaped stones and so on. But once upon a time, this area, when the water came up there, and if you lived here 2,000 years ago, looked like that. Okay, so you can pass it around on that page so that you can see it, and you understand that Jesus appears here to his disciples after his resurrection. Now what happened? The disciples knew
all the way up to here.
he was really blowing it in Jerusalem, and the crucifixion.
He's the one that got out of the boat, walked on the water, and then what happened? We all know this part of the story because the disciples probably all would remind him of it. He began to what? Sing. Cries out, and the Lord restores him. But I still believe that around the campfires up in heaven, if we have those, that from time to time Peter will say to the disciples, you remember what it's like when we walked on the water? Oh, wait a second, that's right. You never did. Peter. And you remember Peter? Peter would be the guy that would say, Lord, you've chosen me wisely. All of these others may let you down and fail you. But in your wisdom, you called me the rock. And Yeshua, I want you to know, if you ever have a need, you can always lean on me. I'll be there for you, right? You remember that, right?
Right.
And then, of course, up in Caesarea Philippi, where you'll be tomorrow, Jesus takes the disciples and he asks them the big question, because it's time for him to set his face like flint and go up to Jerusalem. And he says, who do men say that I am? And so there were hands raised. You know, somebody said, well, you know, some think you're actually John the Baptist, come back from the dead. And somebody else said, well, the word on the streets, you're a prophet. And then some...